Hello everyone. This is the response video to Let's Play a Game. And this is sort of the feedback that I would normally give once the game has been played, the turn zero game, where I deliver a board, I deliver I talk through the terrain, I present a list, and I present a mission, and the players then pick their deployment and pick what they think their plan would be. It's a training exercise in planning out and sort of looking at a board and maybe predicting what the opponent will do. So now I'm going to give my side of what I would do without knowing what list I was up against, without knowing anything. I've made a plan for what I wanted to do. And I'm also going to highlight a few of the comments that I picked out at random from the comment section of the Let's Play a Game video. If you haven't watched the Let's Play a Game video, go and watch that one. You can actually play this game at home and just give feedback to each other, or you could still comment on the Let's Play a Game video. I will be trying to read up if there are late comments coming in. Now it's Monday, the game is over, so but I will be sort of looking back once in a while and checking in if anyone wants to expand or wants to give extra comments on what they would do. People have been really friendly in the comment section, very, very nice. There's been a lot of interesting things going on and cross-commenting on different people's plans. Love that. That is what it's all about. That is sort of the learning process here. Let's go and see what I wanted to do in my game, shall we? And I am just going to shift here. Here we go. So, it's my turn. Turn zero training. I'm going to tell you what I would do if I was standing across from you. So, I have made two plans. I have an A plan and a B plan, and this really depends on what I'm up against. If my opponent has multi-rocket launchers, then this is not my plan. I don't want to be here if they have multi-rocket launchers, but this is the main plan that I have. The first one, I would deploy my infantry, my regular infantry, in the black farm courtyard and behind the black farmhouse. With them, I would deploy the Pia team and the light mortar. Up here, you can't really see it. I would place my sniper up here. There, he has a nice view down the road here and across into the timber yard and over towards Blue Woods. So there's a nice soft cover spot for him to go there. And my forward artillery observer, where have I placed him? Can't actually see him right now. He's here somewhere. He's in hard cover somewhere, I think. Right, so that is my plan A deployment. Plan B plan A. What I want to do is I want to press up here towards the blue fence area, depending on what I am facing over here. That would give me some line of sight blocking for anything that is deployed down here from the central farm and from the blue fence wood here. And because of all the different elements of terrain between this section and my push forward, I would also give some cover there, depending of course on what is deployed over here. If it's a howitzer, then this might be a bad idea actually. If it's not a howitzer, maybe just a sniper or an AT rifle or something, then this is the push. I am going to push towards the central farm. I'm maybe not going to go into the buildings, but I'm definitely going to dominate that central farm and the buildings surrounding it. I am also going to push my LVT up here. If there's a chance that something might come on and shoot me, I'm going to shift it a little bit more to the left, where I can get some, at least some cover, but possibly just block line of sight. And then I'm going to disgorge all the SAS into blue fence area along with my flamethrower. I am definitely denying this flank over here, the flank in the village. I am not going to go towards that flank at all. That would be suicide in my estimate. So I'm going to avoid that because my thought is that my opponent will put long range assets somewhere around here, and I don't want them to have any effect on the game. I want to deny them. So I'm going to push towards this area here and then try to get like 1 or 2 kill points. If I manage to do that, I am hunkering down in the center here. I'm not moving up. I'm not continuing my attack. I am going to hunker down where I have at least soft cover, but possibly hard cover for most of what the enemy is going to do. If I am 2 kill points ahead, then the enemy will have to come to me and I will punish him for it. So that is my plan A. I hope you like it. You can leave comments to my plan in the comment section down below. Now I'm going to tell you my plan B, and this really is the plan for if the enemy has multi-rocket launchers. And then I am shifting my deployment more to my left side, your right, towards Blue Woods, deploying my infantry behind Blue Woods, behind hard cover here in the black farmstead. I am deploying infantry over here as well. I think I might even deploy this early on to sort of lure my opponent to set up some assets over here. Again, I'm going to try and deny one flank. You can see my sniper here and my artillery observer here, and sorry, my Pia team here and my light mortar here. Again, I can't find my artillery observer. I'm going to place him somewhere where there's no chance that an enemy sniper can kill him. Maybe over here behind this woods, right in a corner or something. I don't want him to be sniped. I want to use him later in the game when the enemy's reserves starts coming on. And that's for both plans, my A and a B plan. I want to push him out to the side, best of all over here behind this forest, where he can have an effect late game, where I can push him up into the forest later in the game once there's nothing threatening me, no snipers, and then I can put down some artillery barrage in towards the center or the flank, depending on where it's needed. The plan here, oh, here you see, there is my artillery observer, forward artillery observer. The plan here is to skirmish with my open-topped vehicles, delivering fire into whatever is in here, and then delivering infantry towards this woods here next to the fence so that I can dominate this hard cover and the gap here. That will give me at least hard cover from most of what is incoming, and at the same time my skirmish should be superior to anything coming my way, except maybe tank units, but then I can always put a flamethrower towards it, or push up the Pia team and have that be my push. If there's a threat of some anti-tank capabilities, my LVT is not going to go up, it's going to stay back, and the 2 Recce vehicles are going to deal with whatever they can. I have an HMG on my Recce Steward that can deliver pins, and then I can push a flamethrower or a Pia towards whatever tank is coming my way. So that is my secondary plan if the houses are dangerous because of multi-rocket launchers. So what did you guys think of? I have chosen 2 plans that I want to feature. And the first one is from Massimiliano. And his list was, he had a second LT, he had an anti-tank rifle, he had a sniper, which was going to forward deploy. He had 2 Storm Pioneers with a Panzerfaust each, and an SMG and a flamethrower. They were to be in reserves inside Horch cars, and he had 2 of those. Then he had 2 8-man grenadier units with 1 Panzerfaust each. He had 4 Feldgendarmen, which would be in reserve. He had a Kugelblitz, which is always, that's rough. A 250/9, all of those in reserve. A Nebelwerfer, which was inexperienced. A medium mortar, inexperienced, and a horse-drawn limber. So Massimiliano wanted to deploy the Nebelwerfer on the left, and to be able to see as many buildings as possible. That would have immediately, when I saw this list, that would have forced me into my deployment B. I would simply just move away from the buildings. I would not give you shots on more than 1 unit at a time if I could help it. And that is what a Nebelwerfer does, right? It pushes the enemy to do certain things. And then there would be a sniper protecting that in the church. If I did my plan B, that sniper would be ineffective. He would have nothing to shoot at. I am simply too far away from him, and not in any good lines of sight anyway. A limber at the back near the house, and the LT near that limber. Now, I have one thing that I want to add, Massimiliano. Having a limber and a Nebelwerfer and an LT. Now, maybe not the Nebelwerfer because that is a 3-man unit, but the LT and the limber are horribly exposed with this deployment that you've thought up here. If I wasn't British, then perfectly fine, but I am British. There's preparatory bombardment. As a Brit, I roll 2 dice. Only one of them needs to be a 6 for me to hit, and then that's a 4 plus 4 hit that you get. That would most likely kill either of these units if they were hit, giving me 1 kill point from the get-go. That would mean I'm ahead from the start. So that is a bad idea. And Massimiliano also wants to place the mortar near the fence. That can be done. Again, mortars. This is a medium mortar, so okay. But a light mortar would have been horribly exposed. Hair grenadiers behind the green spot. Good idea. Because then you can you have some cover, if not hard cover, from the piles of wood, then at least soft cover from the fence. So that's perfectly fine. And second, on the right behind the blue forest. Massimiliano writes that he don't expect anyone to be in the blue position. I disagree. So let's just watch his deployment. Here it is. He has the sniper in the red church. He has the multi-rocket launcher, the Nebelwerfer. He has a horse-drawn limber, the lieutenant close to that. His mortar somewhere here. That is something that I could maybe be persuaded to maybe redeploy my sniper over here just to kill that mortar. Maybe. Then the hairs would be here. They would be exposed to some level of MMG fire from my recce stuff, and an anti-tank rifle, which would be nicely placed here. But if it ever moves up, it would again be exposed to a lot of anti-infantry shooting. But then, of course, comes the reserves. Massimiliano's Kugelblitz would actually be very, very threatening to my armor and also to my veterans. So that would be, then we would start slugging it out for real once that came onto the table. Right, that was Massimiliano's idea of deployment. Massimiliano, again, the AT rifle, horribly exposed. You're now exposing 3 units that can actually die, and that means I'm rolling 6 dice, looking for 1 6 to kill one of those units. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I simply would not, but I understand that you, of course, need your Kugelblitz to be out of that preparatory bombardment. Yeah. So here's Massimiliano's plan. He expects a lot of stuff to come down that road. Nothing is ever going to come down that road. Yeah, and I would never place anything on that road. That is simply too open, too exposed, too dangerous. The objective would be to hunt the tanks, which is a good idea, especially if you can hunt them before they disgorge the LBT, before it sort of the troops dismount from it. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult to do that, but it is a good plan. So yeah, the anti-tank rifle would probably run towards the center to aim at transports. Oh, that would be bad. But again, he would change his plan, of course, as soon as my plan started to unfold before him. Right. Massimiliano writes, and you can't see this because of my fat head, but he writes that he expects the right side of the table to be empty the whole game. Definitely not. That is where I'm attacking. Yeah. Then we have Tanker Bricks, and Tanker Bricks is bringing an Italian army, which is nice to see. He has a veteran medic with 2 guys. He has a veteran forward artillery observer. He has 2 times a veteran Bersaglieri, a veteran mortar with spotter, veteran semovente, and a flamethrower which is regular. All of that I just read up here. That is going to go into the reserves. Then he has first lieutenant with 2 men. They are going to deploy in the hay farm. A sniper team deployed to the left of hay farm. Remember, tanker breaks, to deploy it outside your own deployment zone. Otherwise, you're going to be hit with a preparatory bombardment, which can kill a small team. There's the 20mm anti-tank rifle deployed on the south of Red Road. Again, that is exposed, especially because of my double dice Brits. And the veteran 47/32 Elefantino deployed near Blue Woods in the center. Oh, that's on your right, isn't it? That is going to be very alone. 2 8-man regular infantry squads deployed near the timber yard. You have very much that in common with Massimiliano. It seems to be a common theme that we want to place our infantry near that timber yard where there's a lot of cover and a lot of line of sight blocks. And then we have, here is how it looks. We have the sniper over here somewhere, I would hope outside of the deployment zone. He gets a nice shot down the road, but of course it stops here around somewhere here, which means that my sniper might be able to deal with him. Don't think I want to do that, and he is not going to be able to stop my push. The AT rifle is not going to be useful over here at all, and it is going to be exposed to the preparatory bombardment. The infantry, well placed. I like this placement. It can move up, it can move into the timber yard, it can move towards the woods. The Elefantino, I am doubtful of the effect, and it really depends on whether or not it is deployed inside the forest, going on ambush from the start, or if it's deployed outside the forest, behind the forest, maybe somewhere here. There's a lot of possibilities here that I'm not certain about, so I will not comment too much on the Elefantino. And that's it. Thank you so much for playing the game. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you learned something. I did. I learned that the timber yard was very, very important and very, very crucial. And I also learned that a lot of people standing on that side of the table thought that the game was going to be played in the town, which I definitely did not want to do for most of my plan. So that's all interesting, isn't it? Thank you so much for playing, and cheers.